Duru, Alua in fashion. You have all these people speaking that it doesn't lend itself to one clear narrative anymore.
And that's healthy.
And that's healthy.
I see. And Chris, your commerce site, it's largely out of Nigeria, right?
Yeah, we are currently mostly focused in Nigeria, but we're also serving Ghana, Kenya, and we're going to be doing the DRC and Tanzania later on this year. But yeah, it's mostly focused on Nigeria. And to answer your question about the normalcy, what we've seen is, you know, the gone. We feel, and I think that's part of the book. Gone are the days of the old Africa, which is where we're moving into this new Africa, and it's really about the driving force of the people within the continent and the people themselves. They've, you know, we've gone out of that, I guess, stigmatic notion where, you know, we're backwards. And you know, I've spoken about when people think about Africa, many people think about a kid with what's called kwashoko, which is, you know, a kid on the floor with a big belly and flies on their lips and a bowl of water beside them. You know, that's not the Africa that exists today. And I think many people have that old picture within their brains instilled from, you know, old textbooks or old pictures. The Africa today is an Africa that, you know, has skyscrapers, has nice cars, and people who want to do great things, and people who want to buy products from the US and from Europe and want to just, you know, live what we would call a normal life here. And they expect the quality of the products that are coming out of here. They expect to be able to, you know, do online transactions and literally live somewhat of what we would call a normal life here, and that's what Nigerians are definitely striving for, and I know other parts of Africa are striving for also, and they're leveraging, to go back to technology, they're leveraging technology seriously in order to gain all of those.
You know, Jake, we talk about Africa catching up, but in some ways it's leapfrogging too. If you look at things like the use of mobile banking and the transition of money into a kind of electronic good that is shifting around through Safaricom in Kenya and things like that. Do you think those are deep forces that'll shape not just a small part of the continent, but many countries?
Absolutely. And one thing, we talked about it earlier with the student class, one thing that Aubrey and I also set forward in the book is we're not saying that the nation state has become, you know, obsolete.